What's up, everybody? Pop-up show. Yeah. Let me just set this up. No intro. No intro. Just, thought I gotta fix this. You seeing everything I do before the show, but I'm doing it now. Yeah, buddy. So what's up, everybody? I'll wait for some people to come in. I know what I forgot to do. I always forget to do something. Let's see. It's right here. Ready? Watch behind me. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Now I'm moving. Yeah, like I said, pop-up show tonight. I have zero time to do anything for the rest of the week. Like, I am slammed with things to do, which it's not a bad problem to have. So I decided, just on a whim, I got my turbo iced coffee, it's a lot of turbo iced coffee in it. And not Dunkin's turbo ice. This makes that look like, tea. So I just decided, since I don't have time this week, and next week I'll be out on the high seas with the beautiful Dr. Vera on a nice cruise on the Icon of the Seas, biggest ship in the world. And I won't be able to do a show. I could do a show from the ship. That's not out of the question. It won't have all the, bells and whistles that this has, but you never know. Let me see. I'm sending somebody a text right now. Yeah, you're watching me just kind of... This is what I usually do before the show. I usually have everything ready to go with the occasional fuck up, technically. But, hi, Patty. Blues Brothers was really good. What an expensive... Yeah, most cars crashed in one movie in the history of Hollywood. The history of movies. Yeah. Yep. So I have an announcement to make. Yeah. Big announcement for the Milk Crates and Turntables podcast. Yeah. But I'll wait a minute. Let me see. Big announcement. There you go. Yeah. Big announcement regarding this particular podcast. Yeah, $27.5 million. Yes, Patty. It's a great movie. Great movie. Funny as hell. The Blues Brothers. Stands the test of time. I have 40. You make the calls. It's going to be me and you guys again. From 90s movies. So, whether I go to the whole, I could do an hour. I might do 90 minutes. I might do a full 2 hours. Who knows? Last week I did 2 hours, over 2 hours by myself. And, well, I'm used to it by now. Like I said last week, I used to be fucking terrified to go live by yourself. That's kind of hard. Yeah. So, let me see. Let me turn this down. Yeah, I'll get it out of the way right now. What the hell? Get it done early. Get it done early. I got an announcement regarding the Milk Crates and Turntables podcast live stream. Well, it's the same thing. This just turns into the podcast when I'm done with it. So, overall, the show. Well, I don't really know how to put this. I don't know how to put this. It's not good. Well, I don't know. Maybe it ends up being a good thing. So I did the show alone last week, and it went fine. Everything went good. And somewhere over the weekend, something happened that's going to basically change the whole trajectory of this podcast. So, Mark and Lou will no longer be on the podcast. They're done. They're done. And there's a unfortunate reason to this. And I think whether they like it or not, or one in particular likes it or not, I think the people that watch every week, the people that listen, that don't watch the live stream, they just listen to the podcast. Everything, it was a good run, but all good things must come to an end. Unfortunately, I'm just going to say it, Lou evidently lost his way as far as a friendship goes. Like he literally became unhinged starting, I think, probably Friday. Now, he might disagree with me. Now, let me give you a little background on this. So when I say somebody's my friend, they're my friend until they show me that they're not. And I've always said that. And friends don't let politics get in the way. Good friends don't let that shit get in the way. Me and Mark, we go back and forth every once in a while, and we take little shots at each other. I know exactly where Mark stands, and he knows exactly where I stand, and there was a respect there. There was a built-up respect where you didn't cross a line, right? Well, Lou evidently has been like a pressure cooker. And he might not like this. He might not even watch this. He might not even see this. But at this point, I really don't give a shit. When you start taking politics to the next level in a friendship, now, again, this guy went through a hurricane, and I felt for him. I talked about him on the podcast. I called this fucking guy. I called him to see if he was okay. I didn't have to do that. At the end of every show for the past year, the people that watch this all the way to the end, or the people that listen to the end, there's two things that I've been saying. One is, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, doing the show for you, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. The other has been, since Mark and Lou came on the show, the other has been, I would look to those two and say, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your knowledge. But most of all, thank you for your friendship. I said that every fucking show. Right? That's showing friendship. Right? Dave Phillips, King of the 45s. Welcome to the show. Evidently, that meant nothing to him. Like, evidently, Lou is a different person than what I thought he was. He started becoming unhinged on Facebook. Imagine that. And when I say unhinged, he started invoking fascism. Fascism. It's coming to America. And so that was aimed at, we know who that was aimed at politically. So the question was asked, if I support somebody who you think is a fascist or a Yahtzee, I can't say the N word, or a Yahtzee because YouTube they have the algorithm. Does that mean you think I'm one? And he never answered it. That's the first tell right there. If you pay attention. That's the first tell. And then he just continues to escalate the fascism. And look, if you're... Oh, Allison, thank you. She enjoyed Breakfast Club, and Patty enjoyed watching the Blues Brothers. And Allison came in at a weird time. Allison, I'm announcing that I am doing the show solo from now on. Mark and Lou won't be on anymore, unfortunately. And Mark, who's literally one of the sweetest guys I've ever met. He's gentle. He's a nice guy. He's very, very good at being self-deprecating. He's very good at it. Although he wouldn't, and I know Allison. I'm sorry too, really. Mark just became, in this thing, he's collateral damage, unfortunately, because it wouldn't be fair to him. And I sent him a text explaining this to him. It wouldn't be fair to him if I said, hey, you stay on the show, but I can't have Lou on anymore because he's insinuating that I'm a fascist and I'm a Yahtzee, which that is literally unhinged, because if you see things through normal glasses, you know that I'm not either of them. So he won't answer the question. He's so politically unhinged that it blinded him, and he didn't realize that what he was doing to a friendship. He didn't care. Like, he literally did not care about the last year and almost a year and a half. That meant nothing to him. He is so politically wound up that he pissed away a friendship and does not seem to care about that, which tells me that maybe he wasn't really my friend. Maybe I saw things differently. Because, like I said, if I say you're my friend until you show me you're not. Well, he showed me that he's not. I can't understand it. I can't see how you would build a relationship with somebody and just piss on it because your political belief has you so wound up and brainwashed, I don't know, unhinged. And then he invokes this one. This was the final straw. He posts a meme that says, it's a picture of some pilots next to a plane from World War II. And it says, our fathers fought fascism. They didn't vote for it. Now, if that wasn't an elevated, shot. Meanwhile, he never served. He didn't have the balls to serve. His father, from what I told, did not serve. But he decides to do that. Who's our fathers? First of all, it wasn't yours. Wasn't yours. Wasn't you, you know? So that is when I just said, you know what? This guy really has fucking lost his mind. And I sent a nice text. I could have been vicious. I could have been like extremely hardcore, but I didn't. I sent them a text, both of them saying, listen, all good things must come to an end. I can't have somebody in my life who even insinuates that I'm a fascist or a Yahtzee. That is what is so, that's the nucleus of the insanity. Me, who is now, I'm not blowing my own horn. I'm not feeling bad for myself. I'm just going to call it the way it is. Me, who served my country for 10 years, I served overseas. I carried a gun for this country for 10 years, and then for 22 more on the front line of the drug war and the war on terror. 32 years I did this. But he can't answer the question, do you think I'm a fascist? What kind of rational... And let's go to the next level, where now I've dedicated the rest of my life to helping veterans. But yet he cannot get out of that hive mind. He can't crawl out of it. Mark understood. Mark knows. Look, me and Mark are on way opposite ends. And that's fine. We established that. And we joke about it. Evidently, Lou can't joke about it. He just doesn't have the capacity. Whether... I can't figure it out. I just really can't. It's more, I'm not even mad. I'm more disappointed. Like, dude, you say that we are crazy, but you nuked a friendship. It's like, I don't know. Over politics. You hear about it. Well, I witnessed it firsthand. So, again, I don't know if he's going to watch it. I don't personally care at this point, because once you're in my rearview mirror, you're in my rearview mirror. That's it. There's no looking back. Oh, this song is perfect. This is perfect. Let's play this. The timing of this song on the playlist is impeccable. It's impeccable. Listen, the Dandy Warhols.
A long time ago, we used to be friends, but I haven't thought of you lately.
How ironic is this? We used to be friends. That's good. That's good. So that's where we're at. Bring it on. Look, I could do this show standing on my head now. Now I just change it up. I change it up again. I changed it up when Jack couldn't do it anymore. I didn't come 163 episodes to think that's going to ruin anything. Dave Phillips, King of the 45s. I could say something, but I'm not, and I appreciate that. I think you all, this is my thing, and you all have your thoughts, and I'm not looking for anyone to pile on. Again, it's very unfortunate that he chose that path, that he couldn't help himself, that he couldn't get out of his own way, that he thinks I don't know who he thought he was dealing with. That's another thing. I mean, it's not like I'm not an intelligent person. I have a pretty high IQ. I don't brag about it, but I do. I know how to read situations. I know how to read people. the choice was this. Oh, I know, Patty. I know you're not talking about me. The choice was this. You either think that I'm a fascist or a Yahtzee, or, and this is almost even more insulting, that I am too stupid to realize what's going on in front of me. I'm too stupid to understand what's going on. That, to me, is pretty much more insulting. Like the saying goes, don't insult my intelligence. That's a mistake. That's a big mistake. But yet he did. So, that's it. That's it. Show is, that was it was a great run. It was a great run. And, but it's all over. It's all over. Time for a new beginning. I'm going to reformat the show. I think I like doing these You Make the Calls interactive with the audience. I think I'm going to start bringing up some music articles, some good articles, and just kind of reading them and then discussing them. And you guys can chime in. I think, again, I'll make it more interactive. And I'll just go that way. Because, again, I could do this standing on my head. It's not hard anymore. It used to be. It used to be. So, with that said, that's the announcement. Mark and Lou, the Wrecking 2 are no more. They wrecked it. One of them wrecked it. Oh, that's a good one. So, I move on. Milk Crates and Turntables will not be slowed down. It will not be. I put too much into this motherfucker. That's for damn sure. Years. I put years of my life into this podcast. God damn it. So let's do some 45 poker, me against you. Oh, by the way, last week I had 35 copyright infringements on that episode. So, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Me against you, 45 poker. I like doing this. All right, you, the people, have pulled Casablanca Records, Donna Summer, ooh, Dim All the Lights. That's a good one. All right, that's a good one. These games are going to be a lot faster, I can tell you that. A lot faster than before. All right, I pulled Warner Reprise Records, Rare Earth, Here Comes the Night, or Born to Wander. Yeah, Donna Summer winning. Look at this. I'm going to end up losing this hand, too. All right, this is for you from, let me see, Asylum Records. Ooh, you guys won. I don't even know how to, shouldn't even finish. Asylum Records, The Eagles, One of These Nights. Now, I need a doozy to even get back in this, but I don't think I'm gonna win this one. I'll pull one without a sleeve, just because. Staple Singers, I'll Take You There. This one was actually my 45. That was one of my favorite songs. When I was a kid, I listened to that song over and over and over. I never knew it was a religious song. Never knew. All right, here we go. You guys got RCA Records. RCA Records. Elvis Presley. The Wonder of You. I don't know. Or Mama Like the Roses. Either way, you guys win. There's nothing I'm pulling here that's gonna get me out of this one. This was a beatdown. All right, the war. Why can't we be friends? Still, I lost. Thanks. Thanks, everybody. Yeah. Thanks. Don't make me turn this into the King of Facebook show. Oh, I'd never do that again. That was a thing in itself. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into You Make the Call. 90s movies. I'm going to do 90s movies this week. All right, here we go. You Make the Call. That was a good one. I don't know it. I don't know that one by Elvis. You know, I wasn't a big Elvis fan. Wasn't a big Elvis fan. Just wasn't. Yeah, he was good. Suspicious Minds, my favorite Elvis song. Fine Young Cannibals do a good cover of that. Really good cover. You won in more ways than one than you think, Patty. Thank you, Patty. Patty said, I won in more ways than I think. Yeah. Well, I did, I guess. Hey, life goes on. Que sera, sera. All right, here we go, everybody. You make the call. I don't know if this one has been up before. I don't know if I had this one before. All right. Let's see. I wasn't crazy over Elvis either. Yeah, Patty Ozzie says. Dave Phillips says he wasn't an Elvis fan either. Now he's dead. We all come out of the woodwork. All right, you make the call. Forrest Gump or The Shawshank Redemption. Ooh. Forrest Gump or The Shawshank Redemption. Let me think about this one. Allison says neither was she. Now we're piling on Elvis. Bob Dissett says Shawshank. There's no wrong answers here, by the way. There could be a little argument, but there's no wrong answers. Got to go. Have a great show. All right, Dave Phillips, King of the 45s. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching while you can. Forrest Gump, and he says Shawshank. Shawshank or Forrest Gump? You know what? Yeah. They both can rip your heart out, right? At one point in time or another. But Shawshank, I got to go with Shawshank. If I had to watch a movie, I think I'd watch Shawshank before I watched Forrest Gump. Yeah. All right. You make the call. Let me slide this over here so I'm not. Well, yeah, that's not interfering with anything. You make the call. Jurassic Park, the first one, or Jumanji. Don't sleep on Jumanji. That was a pretty good movie. It was original. That's for sure. But it's got to be Jurassic Park. That was crazy when it first came out. Got to go with Jurassic Park. Okay, then. You make the call. Home Alone or Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, Home Alone. I wasn't really a big Robin Williams fan either. He was great. I did not like him, but I wasn't, his comedy was funny at first. And then it just became, Bob D says, Home Alone. Yep. Then his comedy to me just became, like his stand-up just became the same thing. He was basically, he was just another version of Jonathan Winters, who was the originator of all that. Patty Oscar says Home Alone. Home Alone it is. All right. One of these movies I've never seen. Todd Sogin. I wanted to wait until after the announcement. I'm here. Entertain me. Big Head Todd the Wet Sprocket. There you go. I'm trying to be entertaining. I know it's going to be hard. I'm boring when I'm by myself, right? I'm just boring like that. All right, one of these movies I've never seen, and I probably will never see it. I have no desire because I know how it ends. Titanic or Pretty Woman? Somebody asked me, why didn't you see Titanic? I said, because I know how it ends. Right? I don't care about everything in the middle. Fucking ship sinks. People die. What's the big deal? Look on the bright side for me, meaning Big Head Todd the Wet Sprocket says, look on the bright side for me. No one will take my line anymore. Yeah, well, this is true. Yeah, Pretty Woman was a good movie. Titanic was this epic, huge budget, big theme, big music, big everything. But I got to go with Pretty Woman because I never saw Titanic. Yeah. Now this one's easy for me. You make the call. Pulp Fiction or The Big Lebowski? I got to go with Pulp Fiction since I've seen it 32 times. I can pretty much quote every line in the movie. It's one of the greatest movies ever made. One of the best scripts ever written. The dialogue in that movie is as good as the visuals. I mean, it was brilliant. It was a brilliant fucking movie. It's a movie that you have to have. I'm not insulting anybody. I'm not insulting a fan. I just think it's true that if you watch Pulp Fiction, you have to have some sort of intelligence level to figure out where the pieces go. And you've seen, I'm sure you've all seen it. You know, the end, the beginning is basically the end, but it's not, because the end is pretty much the middle, because when they walk out of that diner, they go to see Marcellus Wallace at the club. That's when they walk in and they look up and down and the guy opens the door and looks at them like, just let me in. Just let us in. You have to figure it out. So I'd say Pulp Fiction. You make the call. The Matrix? Ooh, this is a tough one. Well, no, maybe not. The Matrix or Fight Club? I didn't fucking get The Matrix. I got it. I watched it. I liked it. It was original. It was great cinematography, great special effects. But Fight Club was just fucking Fight Club. I mean, you want to talk about a twist in a movie. That's one of the great twists in movie history. The Fight Club. Oh, Fight Club. Who saw that coming? Nobody. Okay, Bob Doucette says he has a good one. Caddyshack or Animal House? Oof. Caddyshack or Animal House? Damn, that is a good one. That's honestly, I'd have to go with Animal House. But it's not, it's by a razor's edge. I just think Animal House, when it came out, was such a standout movie in that sense. Caddyshack came along, in the midst of all these comedy movies, these great 80s and 90s comedy movies. But I'd got to go with Animal House on that one. Although Caddyshack had the better cast. All right, I'm going to say Fight Club over Matrix. All right, you make the call. Yeah, Animal House started it all. It did. Silence of the Lambs or Seven? Fucking Chat GPT. Every week it just gets a little bit tougher. Silence of the Lambs or Seven? Don't open the box. Don't open the box. I got to go with Seven. It was so dark. Everyone's saying Silence of the Lambs, I know, but Seven was just so dark. Silence of the Lambs, Patty, Allison, Dave Phillips, he's back. Can't keep a good man down. Dave Phillips says Seven. He's with me on this one. Silence of the Lambs was great, but Seven was just had just a very yucky feeling to it. Made you feel a little dirty. I don't know. All right, here we go. You make the call. I don't know if I saw the second one. Yeah, I think maybe I did. I'm not a rom-com guy. All right, Patty, you got to watch Seven, but hang on. when you watch it. Just hang on. It's dark. It's very dark. But it's a good movie. It's a great Brad Pitt movie. Great Brad Pitt movie. So that's some homework right there, especially over Halloween. It's pretty much a good time to watch it. Dave Phillips, King of the 45, says, Scott, I'm proud to be a friend. And I'm proud that you are my friend, Dave Phillips. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Patty's going to watch 7 now. I have a feeling the more I do these movie things, the more homework she's going to have. You don't like Brad Pitt? What? How could you not like Brad Pitt? Everybody likes Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt is one of the realest, laid-back dudes. He's like, Keanu Reeves is the most laid-back and coolest dude in all of Hollywood and for this generation. Brad Pitt is not far behind him. He's really not. Brad Pitt's he's the dude. You know, okay, so let me tell you a story about Brad Pitt. You might have heard it, you might not have heard it. When he was dating Gwyneth Paltrow, Harvey Weinstein tried to pull his shit. No, P. Diddy likes Leonardo DiCaprio. Bob Dissett says P. Diddy likes Brad. Yeah, no, that's Leonardo DiCaprio. He's got something to answer to coming up. But Gwyneth Paltrow, Harvey Weinstein tried to pull his shit on her. And she told Brad Pitt, who she was dating at the time, and he went to the studio, literally like stormed into the office, pretty much kicked the door open to Harvey Weinstein's office and told him, I will fucking kill you if you touch my girlfriend or even go near my girlfriend again. He said it. He goes, I will fucking kill you. Harvey Weinstein. And what are you going to say to Brad Pitt? And that's basically, that's Brad Pitt. Like, he wasn't afraid of anything. And that's really where he gets a lot of respect from me. Might not like his movies, but like Allison says, Legends of the Fall is a fucking amazing movie. Amazing movie. Yeah. Wasn't that the movie where they were the McClane brothers? The McClanes? Yeah. Spelled differently, but. Patty says she's replying to Dave Phillips. I'll check them out. I don't know what. The Ocean movies. Yeah, Ocean's 11 is another good. I mean, there's a lot of great Brad Pitt movies. What was it? 12 Monkeys? That's a good one. All right, moving on. This again, Clueless or 10 Things I Hate About You. If I got to pick, Clueless, because what's her name was she was good to look at. Alicia Silverstone. And she was funny, too. She was legitimately funny in those movies. See Ocean's 11. There you go. Patty saw Ocean's 11. Another movies, you make the call. The Lion King or Toy Story. So The Lion King was nothing but a ripoff of that 70s cartoon that we used to watch growing up in Boston on Channel 56. It was Kimba the White Lion. Kimba the White Lion was one of those original animes that came to America, along with Speed Racer. Kimba the White Lion was about a lion his parents got killed, and he grew up on his own, and he became this big, And Disney just blatantly stole it. They just changed one letter in the name from Kimba to Simba, and it really was a ripoff of Kimba the White Lion. So I never saw Lion King, and I won't. Just on general fucking principle. Like John Travolta said in Pulp Fiction when they're in the diner, and what's her name? Honey Bunny is up on the counter, and she's pointing the gun at Jules, and Tim Roth has the gun, and John Travolta comes out of the bathroom, he pulls out his gun, and he points it at Honey Bunny, and Jules says, put the gun down, Vincent, put the gun down, Vincent, and he tells Tim Roth, you can take the money, and he says, If you give him that fucking money, I will shoot them on general principle. That was great. If you give him that fucking money, I will shoot her on general principle. Put the gun down, Vincent. Okay. So I guess I'd say Toy Story. All right. This could be hard, could be easy. You make the call. Saving Private Ryan or Braveheart? Saving Private Ryan or Braveheart? I guess it's got to be Saving Private Ryan, right? Yeah. I mean, Braveheart was a great movie. But Saving Private Ryan is one of those like standalone movies. That's up there in the stratosphere of movies. So I think that's an easy one. All right, this is a pretty good one. A few 90s movies fans. You make the call. Men in Black, the original Men in Black, or Independence Day. Both Will Smith movies. Men in Black or Independence Day? I gotta say Independence Day. Men in Black was funny and it had, a lot of great scenes in it. But Independence Day it's more of a movie you could kind of get into. Like it brought you along to the end. And then they did Independence Day 2, which they should never have done. They should never have done that. P. Diddy likes Will. Bob Doucette. P. Diddy loves everybody. So, yeah, Men in Black, Independent. I got to say Independence Day. All right, we got a couple Robin Williams. Speaking of Robin Williams, a couple Robin Williams movies. Good Will Hunting or Dead Poets Society. Good Will Hunting or Dead Poets Society? I got to say Good Will Hunting. I don't know. I don't think that's close. Good Will Hunting again. One of those great movies. Came out of nowhere. And it's Boston-based movie. Bob Doucette says Dead Poets, but very tough. Okay. All right. Like I said, no wrong answer. No wrong answer. This is a blow-by. You make the call. Perry Denovich, the AI. Welcome to the show, my friend. If you missed the beginning, watch the beginning, Perry. Big announcement was made. This is a blow-by. Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast? I'll go with Beauty and the Beast. Just to get past this one. I gotta go. P. Diddy loves the king. Way to stick with the theme, my friend. Way to stick with the theme. Long live the king. Yeah. All right. All right, here we go. You make the call. Dumb and Dumber or Ace Ventura, Pet Detective? A couple Jim Carrey classics. Dumb and Dumber was so fucking dumb, it was great. It legitimately was so dumb that it was great. Brilliant. Which makes it brilliant. Makes it brilliant. Right? Ace Ventura, great character. Had a good run with it. Has some legendary one-liners. Great scenes, but Dumb and Dumber was just so fucking funny. I don't know who wrote it. I guess, but it was fucking brilliant. It was brilliant. You know what Dumb and Dumber is? Dumb and Dumber is that I guess they call them dad jokes. It's so fucking stupid that it's funny. But that was how they did it. So they pulled it off. All right, here you go. You make the call. Terminator 2 Terminator 2, which was a much bigger budget, a better movie, all in all, right? Technically, or Speed. Terminator 2 Judgment Day or Speed. You make the call. I'd have to go with Speed was good. Speed was original. It was constant action throughout the whole movie. Well, once they got on the bus, it was constant action. Judgment Day was like I said, big budget, big special effects. Arnold was back. Better movie? I'll go with Speed. I'll just go outside the box. I'll say Speed. It was a better movie. Yeah. All right. So that's that. Okay, these are good. You make the call. Better movie, The Sixth Sense or The Blair Witch Project? That fucking Blair Witch Project. I bought into that fucking hook, line, and sinker. I bought into it hook, line, and sinker. They marketed that movie so fucking good. The Sci-Fi Channel did like a mini documentary on like leading up to the movie on how they found these tapes. It was, and I believed it. I literally believed it. And I got taken. And so did millions of other people. But The Sixth Sense is just one of the greatest plot twists in history. I think I might have said this recently. What had a better plot twist to it? What movie had a better plot twist? Would it be The Sixth Sense or The Crying Game? Remember The Crying Game? Forrest Whitaker? That was a twist. That was a twist that nobody saw coming. Like zero. There wasn't even a hint that this was going to happen. So, bigger plot twist. I asked my wife, I asked Dr. Vera, I said, what's a bigger plot twist? The Sixth Sense or The Crying Game? And she didn't even take a breath. She was like, Crying Game. Like immediately. But with all that said, Sixth Sense was just a better movie. It was a better movie. All right, you make the call. The Green Mile or A Few Good Men. Ooh. Wait a minute now. The Green Mile or A Few Good Men. Ooh. I don't know, man. I got to go with The Green Mile. Is my background music like blasting up then coming down, up and down, up and down? I don't know. Green Mile. Patty says Green Mile. Yeah, I got to go with Green Mile. Few Good Men's a great movie, but... Okay, then. You make the call. Halloween edition. Scream or I Know What You Did Last Summer. I got to go with Scream. Scream was actually good. Scream was actually a good movie. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Good horror movie, but Scream was a better movie, I think. You make the call. A League of Their Own or Jerry Maguire? A League of Their Own or Jerry Maguire? Show Me the Money or There's No Crying in Baseball? What's it going to be? Allison says, no horror, no. Okay. I respect that. I respect that. No horror. Allison is not watching a horror movie. No. Go watch Dumb and Dumber. You're better off. I'd have to say A League of Their Own. I actually met some of those ladies. Patty's not good with movies. Yeah, I'm not too good with movies. Then next week, well, I won't be here next week. I'll be on a ship out in the Caribbean. Or is it the Caribbean? How do you say it? Caribbean or Caribbean? What does Billy Ocean say? Caribbean Queen or Caribbean Queen? Caribbean Queen or Caribbean Queen? Huh? Next time you hear that song, you're gonna ask yourself. I just fucked you up a little bit. Next time you hear it, you say Caribbean or Caribbean? Okay. So I'd have to go with League of Their Own. Like I said, I met some of those ladies back in the 90s. They had a little resurgence. They were going to a lot of baseball shows, baseball card shows, and signing autographs. They were wonderful, wonderful women. So I'd have to go with them. All right, you make the call. Space Jam or the Mighty Ducks? Space Jam. The original Space Jam with Michael Jordan. Patty says Caribbean Queen. Allison, I agree. Yeah, the original Space Jam. This last Space Jam was like nobody went to see it. It was a bomb. They tried to throw that piece of shit LeBron James in there. Bombed. Because he's a piece of shit. Well, a billionaire, but he's still a piece of shit. Space Jam. Yeah, definitely. Mighty Ducks was good. It was good. Hey, look at a fucking hockey franchise, NHL franchise came out of that movie. So there's something there. And Emilio Estevez was a good actor. He was good to watch in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s. Okay, you make the call. American Beauty. You remember American Beauty with, what's his name? Dude that got Kevin Spacey. Or Donnie Brasco. I got something in my... How does something get in your eye when there's not, like, I'm indoors? American Beauty with Kevin Spacey or Donnie Brasco with Al Pacino and Johnny Depp. Was it Johnny Depp? I think so. What's it going to be? American Beauty was weird. It was a fucking weird movie. No, it's like something just got in my eye. I don't know what it is. Like something, I don't know. I got to go with... Mob movies are always good. But American Beauty was it was like a disturbing kind of movie. I'll go with Donnie Brasco. This is a good one. You make the call. Point Break. Keanu Reeves. And what was the other dude from Dirty Dancing? He was in it, I believe. Or True Lies. Oh, it's got to be True Lies. Patty, did you ever see True Lies? Allison, you ever see True Lies? Yeah. If you haven't, that's homework. True Lies, written by Quentin Tarantino. So you know it's good. You got to watch True Lies. Oh, that is yeah. Let me see. Let me double check. Not that. All right, here we go. Not True Lies. Oh, I'm thinking True Romance. No, True Lies. Let's see. True Lies. That might be the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Yeah, that's the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. All right. You got to watch True Romance. You ever see that one? True Romance is the one I want you to watch if you've never seen it. True Romance. You have some great actors in there. And Brad Pitt's in it, but he's not a big part of it. Yeah, True Romance. It's Christopher Walken is brilliant again in that movie. There's a lot going on in it. So watch True Romance. True Romance. That's your homework. All right, where are we at? We're coming up on an hour. I'm going to do an hour tonight. Yeah, so let's just push on a little bit. Oh, where are we here? Okay, you make the call. Heat I've heard this one before. I've heard this one thrown out there before. Heat or Casino? Heat or Casino? Oof. Heat or Casino? I don't know. I can't. Heat or Casino? I'm gonna go with Casino. By again a razor's edge, but I'll go with Casino. Okay, you make the call. Fargo. If you've never seen Fargo, fuck De Niro. I agree. Mark Talent says fuck De Niro. I agree. I think the guy turned into an old douche. But you can't deny like the movies that we grew up on. You can't deny those movies. You don't have to like him today. Evidently he was always like that, so But you can't deny the movies, and he's not the only person in that movie. I mean, so say we take Casino, say we take Joe Pesci out of Casino, then it's not. He is Joe Pesci is Casino. Really, anybody could have played De Niro's part, if you think about it. Joe Pesci made that movie great. So De Niro was just always being De Niro. And Joe Pesci made that movie. So I got to go with Casino. Let's see. Well, this is interesting. The Rock with Sean Connery about Alcatraz, or Con Air with my boy, what's his name? Francis Ford Coppola's nephew. How do I forget his name? I fucking like him too. This happens. No, that's not it. How can I forget his name? Nicolas Cage, yeah. Nicolas Cage. John Cusack's in it. I'll go with Con Air. Con Air that was another good movie. I'm actually coming up on the end, so all right, I'll get through these. I'll push through. We'll go a little deeper than an hour. You make the call. Armageddon or Deep Impact? Armageddon. I don't really have a memory. I saw Deep Impact, but it doesn't really stand out to me, which means it didn't really do me any good. So I'll go with Armageddon over Deep Impact. Let's see. You make the call. Starship Troopers, which was actually a good movie. Starship Troopers was one of those movies where you're like, I'll never watch that movie. And you do. And it's actually enjoyable. It's an enjoyable movie. It's a sci-fi movie. But don't sleep on Starship Troopers. If you get a chance to see it, watch it. It's very entertaining. It's over the top at points, but it's just an entertaining movie. Or Demolition Man. Ah, come on, Wesley Snipes. Right? Come on. Wesley Snipes, right? Let me see. Let me pull this up. That's when he had the he had the let me see. Yeah, Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes. He had the blonde mohawk. Like Wesley Snipes did a little good cameo as Blade in Deadpool vs. Wolverine. He did a great job. He is Blade. You can't make Blade. And nobody else can. They actually canned that movie. Disney was trying to remake it. And they went through 3 writers, 4 directors. It was just a mess. They couldn't get the script right. they were going to bring Blade back to like the 1920s and start back then, like when he became Blade. I don't know. Like, why would you do that, Disney? Because you're fucking idiots. That's why. Just stick to the formula. Bring Wesley Snipes back. Make him Blade. And right around that. I could fucking do that. But not Disney. No. Oh, this one's easy. You make the call. Hook or The Sandlot? The Sandlot was a great movie. Talk about like nostalgia. Talk about going back in time when we were kids. Sandlot. Oh, definitely. Perry Dedovich, the AI, says Passenger 57. Yeah. Wesley Snipes. Look at, he was good. He still has some legs. He still has something left in him. All right. You make the call. Groundhog Day or Office Space? Office Space was fucking funny. Office Space was funny. That's what the TV show The Office was based on. But Groundhog Day was also funny. But I got to go with Office Space. All right, two more. You make the call. The Fifth Element with my girl, Mila Jovovich. Mila Jovovich, to me, is the most badass woman that ever came to Hollywood. Mila Jovovich. Not only that, it's just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Mila Jovovich. And let me see. She did the what was it? The Fifth Element. And she did all those Resident Evil movies. And as Alice, she just kicked ass in those movies. If you've never seen Resident Evil, you got to watch. Great sci-fi movie based on a video game. There's like 8 of them. Dr. Vera, in one weekend, watched all 8 of them. She binged them. Like from Friday night to Sunday. She binged all the Resident Evil movies in a row. It's great. She also does, I think she did, was it The Fourth Kind? Let me see. What other movies did she do? Monster Hunter. She was in Hellboy, Future World, Resident Evil. What was the other one? She did another really good. She was in The Three Musketeers. Ultraviolet. Ultraviolet is a good sci-fi movie. She was good in that. All right, let's do the last one. You make the call. The Crow or The Craft? Craft is about witches, I think. The Crow is The Crow. And by the way, the remake, again, Hollywood just doesn't fucking get it. They don't fucking get it. They talk about living in a bubble. They are in a fucking bubble. They tried to remake The Crow. Why would you do that? Brandon Lee is The Crow. There's no other fucking Crow. They try to for a new generation, a modern audience. Well, the fucking modern audience, did you even know that The Crow had a remake? Did you even know that it was out in the movies, in the movie theaters for like, I don't know, 3 weeks? Shit bombed. Just absolutely fucking bombed. Nobody went to see it because no one asked for that movie. No one asked for a remake of The Crow. Yet Hollywood, in all their laziness, we're just let's take that IP and we'll redo it again for the modern audience. Hollywood talks about this modern audience. I'm into all that nerd stuff. I'm into pop culture. And I watch a lot of that, a lot of YouTube channels on pop culture, and the people in Hollywood, the writers, the directors, the studio heads, the activists, we're going to make this for a modern audience. The fucking modern audience does not exist. That's why these movies bomb. That's why Disney has lost $1 billion in 2 years. There is no modern audience that they think is there. So they continue to make shit movies that make zero. Actually, they lose money. And that's my rant about Hollywood. But I digress. The Crow of the Craft, got to go with The Crow. There's only one Crow. That's it. Great movie. Based around what used to be Hell Night in Detroit. You don't hear about that anymore. But in the 80s, they call it Hell Night. And they would burn the fucking city up. Detroit would be on fire. Literally. It was just insanity. They got it under control. So, that's it, everybody. That's it. So, recap tonight. Mark and Lou are no longer on the show. Unfortunately, Lou became unhinged, and, well, I just can't fucking have it. So, that's that. And we move on. The show moves on. No one stops the show. Nobody stops the show. Nobody stops Milk Crates and Turntables. I adjust, and I move forward. And maybe someday somebody else comes along. Yeah, watch The Crow. You know what? The Crow, I think The Crow aged well. I think it aged well. The special effects might not be, they're not. They're not to modern standards. But think about it from when it was made and watch it. It's still, it's a dark movie, but it's a good movie. Of course, Brandon Lee died halfway through it, so the second half of the movie, it's not him. They don't really show him. They do some stuff. They try to put his face on something. It's just, but it's still a good movie. Still a good movie. So that's that. Yep, like I said, we move forward. The show adjusts. The show adapts. The show moves on. I won't be here next week. I'll pick it up again in 2 weeks. And like I said, I'll read some articles. We'll discuss some music news. We'll do some more of these. There's always rabbit holes to go down. And we just change the format changes. And that's that. Maybe somebody else comes along who wants to be on the show and they're good enough and they're smart enough and God damn it, I like them. And then they come on. Then we have a new co-host. And we just keep doing that. But me, I'm going nowhere. I am going nowhere. Patty Yossi, thank you. She says, you are the best. You and Dr. Vera have a wonderful vacation. Thanks again. Allison, this was a pop-up show, Allison. So it's always going to be still Thursday nights. It's still Thursday nights. This was a pop-up because, I'll be at a comedy show tomorrow night. And then Thursday night, I have something. Plus, it's Halloween. Yeah, I think Ebola. The Clown might be reruns of the Ebola the Clown Halloween special playing on this channel. I don't know. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. If you've never seen Ebola the Clown, he'll be on Halloween night. And then Friday. I don't really do them on Fridays anymore because I used to do this. I used to do this show on Fridays. No, I did the King of Facebook show on Fridays. King of Facebook show. I looked back at that YouTube channel. There's like 140 episodes. I did a lot of those too. Holy shit. No more Mr. X. Robert Kirkman, a.k.a. Dr. Porkchop, says no more Mr. X. Leave Mr. X alone. Mr. X is brilliant. He might make an appearance just because of that, Robert Kirkman, a.k.a. Dr. Porkchop. So, all right, everybody. I'll let you go. I'll let me go. Again, it's me, and for the foreseeable future, it's just me and you guys back together again. No one interfering with us. No one gets in the way of me and you. Nobody. Coffee with the King was great. I might bring that back. That's the thing about that. I can pop up. I can do those pop-up shows too. Coffee with the King was fun. But you know what? I think I got to a point where I was doing Milk Crates and Turntables. Then I was doing the King of Facebook show, both live, and then on Sunday morning. So that was like, what was it? Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. And sometimes you just want to take a break. Sometimes you just want to take a break. And I got in the habit of just having a relaxing Sunday morning without getting on and doing the live stream, Coffee with the King. But, yeah, it just sometimes it's just too much. And I enjoyed Sunday mornings without that little, okay, I got to get up and do this. Time to make the donuts. Time to do the live stream. So that kind of fell off. But it had a good run. Dr. Porkchop became famous because of Coffee with the King. So he misses it. I know that. But you never know. You never know in 2025. We'll see. We'll see what I'm doing. We'll see what I'm doing. But again, until then, everybody, I love you guys. I do this for you guys. I really do. This is therapeutic to me. But I love you guys, the cult following that this podcast has. I do appreciate you guys watching and listening and putting me over 30,000 downloads. And that's not that. I don't even check those. I used to check those more. I don't even look at them. And I looked at it recently. I was like, damn, like there's 162 episodes out there. So people have enough to watch. But I appreciate everybody sticking with me, standing by me, being my friends. And yeah. And well, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, doing this show for you, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. And some of you know now where that came from. I revealed that last week. And yeah, until then, everybody, have a great weekend. Have a great Veterans Day. Oh, I'll be doing a Veterans Day fundraiser on Facebook. So get ready. Yeah, I'm doing a fundraiser for the One Man, One Mic Foundation. That's my Veterans Foundation. And I will be doing a fundraiser. So if you feel generous when it pops up on your screen, don't be shy. Support my veteran organization so I can support those veterans. And all the money, I don't get paid. Nobody gets paid in this organization. All the money goes to veteran doing the outreach that we do and what it takes to keep a foundation running. And so be on the lookout for that. It'll be the week leading next week while I'm on a cruise ship. I'll have a fundraiser going. So, like they say in politics, vote early, vote often, donate early, donate often. All right, everybody. Thanks again.